shorts! Well, at least that wasn't weird.
Dodgeball, a true underdog story.
You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. What?
Hello everybody, welcome back to Screen Stars, welcome to another classic film review. Today's classic film review, I take a look at the 2004 mega hit comedy Dodgeball, a true underdog story. A film that is written and directed by Rawson Marshall Thurber, and it stars Vince Vaughn, Ben Stiller, Christine Taylor, Rip Torn, Justin Long, Alan Tudyk, Gary Cole and Jason Bateman. Now this film was one in a series of mega hit comedies in the 2000s. It was a great decade for comedies. We got the Hangover films, we got the Focus films, we got the continuation of the Austin Powers films, and so on and so forth, and so many great comedies. And this one focuses on the obscure sport of dodgeball. And for those of you who've never seen the film, essentially Vince Vaughn plays a character called Peter LaFleur, who is a down-on-his-luck gym owner. Ben Stiller's character, White Goodman, owns a rival gym pretty much across the way. It's a mega gym. He's not a very nice person, and he essentially buys up the mortgage for Vince Vaughn's gym. And he's got 30 days to find $50,000 to pay off his mortgage. Him and his gym members decide upon entering a dodgeball competition in Las Vegas, as the prize money is $50,000, in the hope that they can win this contest and save the gym. However, White Goodman discovers this plan and enters his own team into the tournament, which ultimately leads to a head-to-head encounter between the two teams. Right. Dodgeball, a true underdog story. Well, this is a film I actually haven't seen for a while. It was one of my favourite comedies for quite a while, and when it came out, I just loved it. I went to see it several times at the cinema. I just thought it ticked all the boxes. It was ridiculous, it was hilarious, it was risque, and it was just really funny. And I hadn't seen it for a while, and I actually watched this just a couple of days ago. It was actually showing on, I can't remember if it was what channel it was on the telly, but we caught it, me and my wife, at the beginning and watched the whole thing through. And it was just as good as I remembered. Very funny. With a great cast. I think Vince Vaughn has done so many great comedies. I think unfairly to some degree, he kind of gets labelled now as a comedy actor. I mean, we have seen Vince Vaughn do a lot of serious roles over the years, and he's actually a multi-talented actor and can do a multitude of different roles. But he's so good at comedy. He's so comfortable with it, playing like the straight guy in like comedy movies, surrounded by these weird and wonderful characters. And he really headlines the film here, but the star of the show here is Ben Stiller, who plays White Goodman, who's essentially the bad guy here. This egomaniac character. He steals every scene he's in. He's ridiculously over the top and very funny. But also these series of strange characters in Vince Vaughn's gym who end up, putting this team together to enter this dodgeball tournament. He's one of the weirdest characters, and Rip Torn, I think, put in a career-defining performance here as Patches O'Houlihan, this aging veteran of the art of dodgeball that teaches them how to play the game with no filter. Very funny. He steals, again, he very much like Ben Stiller. Every scene he's in, he steals every scene he's in, and he's just hilarious. And it's genuine, like, this film is laugh out loud funny all the time. There's not a moment in it where you kind of twiddling your fingers and thumbs. It goes along at a really brilliant pace. Every scenario they're in is funny. They're all nicely written, the characters, and they managed to have Vince Vaughn's character as like the guy that steers the film in the right direction, and he's like, the only sane person almost in the film, other than Christine Taylor, who I didn't actually know was Ben Stiller's wife. I'm not actually sure if they're still married, to be honest, but they were married at the time. I didn't know that until I actually researched while I was doing this. So yeah, genuinely didn't know that. And the film is just, when you actually get as well to the dodgeball tournament, it just goes up another notch again, because not only is it still an over the top comedy, because you've got these really weird characters in this dodgeball tournament, all these different teams. You know, you've got like a German team, you've got this Oriental team, you've got this rapper team, all this kind of really, it's like WWE but with dodgeball. It was madness. And you genuinely get behind them, you know, this team that Vince Vaughn has put together. And there's a very, very strange scene at the end that I'd completely forgotten about, and I was reminded. There's that scene with Lance Armstrong at the end. I mean, to put it in context, there's a scene where Vince Vaughn quits the team, his character, and he's at the airport, and then he bumps into Lance Armstrong, and Lance Armstrong's giving him a speech about, you know, not letting your team down and doing this, that, and the other. And it's like, oh my God, that is such a weird scene now when you bear in mind what Lance Armstrong has, what we now know about Lance Armstrong, should I say. So yeah, I mean, it still works in the film, but for different reasons. It's just, it adds to the comedy of the film now, whereas at the time it was there for a different reason. So yeah, I mean, Dodgeball, what a wonderful comedy. Madness, over the top, hilarious. I mean, genuinely funny. You'll have a real laugh with this film if you've never seen it. And I'm going to give it a very, very strong 8.5 out of 10. A real giant of a comedy hit in the 80s, and one I definitely recommend you guys checking out. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this review. I will be back with plenty more content on the channel very, very soon.